Good evening, folks. How is everyone? As always, I hope you are doing well. You are my people, and I love you, and I always want you to be the big three: happy, healthy, and safe. This is Drink Along 47, and I said I was going to pop this on Drink Along 45. I also said I was going to pop this 2 years ago, but that didn't happen. Not that there's any specific reason. No. There's a big long story that goes beyond and behind, but we're not going to bother because we're just here to drink beer, and you guys don't need to hear that shit. Maybe I'll tell it another time, but we are going to take a look at literally one of my favorite breweries, Boulevard, at a KC Kansas City, Missouri. This is their Love Child Sour Ale number 9. They are up to number 10 now, I believe. Or maybe 11. It's getting a little late in the year. It's their high-end stuff. Don't ask me how much I paid for this. I don't know. This was supposed to be a celebratory beer, and it turned out not to be. And again, we're going to leave that out of here. So, Boulevard's Love Child series of wild ales are barrel-aged with such boisterous cultures as Lactobacillus and Brettanomyces. These wayward offspring can prove so complex that we employ gauges on the label to convey the intensity of 3 personality traits: funk, sour, and fruit. Brettanomyces is the funk one. I tend to like it, though. Presenting a picture of the blend at the time it was released. This beer will change as it ages, but don't we all? Well, fuck, this beer's 2 years old, man. Love Child number 9 features a blend of Belgian-style Golden Ale 17 aged in previously used wine barrels, 40%. Belgian-style Golden Ale 16 aged in previously used wine barrels, 5%. Flanders-style Red Ale 16, aged in previously used wine barrels, 25%. Flanders-style Red Ale 17, aged in previously used wine barrels, 15%. Jeez. Belgian-style Golden Ale, aged in wine barrel with apricots, 5%. And a blend of sour ales aged in barrels with tart cherries, 10%. Holy jumping catfish. This thing's literally a freaking fruit salad. You are supposed to drink from a tulip. I did not grab a tulip, though, so I am a dumbass. The ABV is 8.4. The bitterness is 8. The SRM or color is 30. The availability, per their webpage, is available. So, if we like this, we might be able to get our hands on some more. And didn't say she was bottle conditioned, but if she continues to age, well, I'm all kinds of good with that. So the tasting notes say tart cherries, slight earthiness, and toasted oak for the aroma. The malt is minimal caramel and toffee. The hops are not available. How could the hops be? Well, because it's blended from so many, I guess. The balance is acidity and oak, and the body is light to medium. Shall we go with food pairings? Beef carbonade, strong funky cheeses. I do tend to like those. Salads with acidic dressings, and dark chocolate. Okay, I have no idea who puts that shit together, but somebody does. Just as an aside, since I'm scrolling through their webpage, the Boulevard 6-glass quad is a delicious beer. Just saying. Go back and see if I'm lying to you. I guess they now make the 6-glass American malt whiskey. Might have to look for one of those. Anyway, since we're in a classy bottle with a cork and wires, I hope this thing hasn't turned. Again, it's been sitting in the fridge for 2 years. What was supposed to happen 2 years ago in another month and a half that didn't happen? Oh man, that cork smells good. Sharp and acidic too. Funky. A little sugar, some candy in there. I know that sometimes the nose lies, but in this case, the nose is telling me we might like this a lot. We are, of course, using the official Beer and Gear drinkware, drinkware, that the boy and his family was nice enough to gift me with for the Christmas. I think this was Christmas. I don't think this was birthday. Anyway. That is a pretty beer. You can tell the cherries have definitely thrown some fun up in here. Yeah, I know the camera never really picks it up too well. On my end, we are in a red-orange area. The head is nice, but collapsing quickly, so we're not looking at a whole lot of protein in here. I doubt she is going to lace very well. She definitely looks interesting though, so let's give her the nose, see what's going on. Let's get all Uncle Creepy on it. It's Biden time. I mean, surprisingly, the glass smells just like the cork does. Sweet. A little candy, but then you get that Belgian Brettanomyces in there to kind of fruitcake it up a little. Banana and cloves. So I just call it fruitcake because that's what I imagine fruitcake tastes like. Rich. There's definitely the acidic note in there. It smells good, dude. All right. You know what my motto is, anything that smells that good deserves a tongue. So let's slip it a tongue and see what's going on. Woo! Wow. Damn. All right, so this is rich and complex. I did want to check something while we're sitting here. I finally sprung for a new therm gun, but these things are notoriously wonky since they're from China. So I have a thermometer in here that is currently showing me it's still going down 52, 51. I would say a brew this complex is definitely 44 to 48. Might not cut it, although the color's about right. The digital is telling me 51.0. Okay, so 51.0. And this is telling me 55. So I think we're off by about 4 degrees, give or take. 13C, 55F. No, it's telling me 65F. I think I'm returning this. $59. We're returning this. It's garbage. What more do you expect from China these days? Anyway. As the digital thermometer was nice enough to tell us, we were down in the 51s, which I'm thinking might actually be a little cold for this style. I know, 44 to 48, but 44 to 48 is a guideline. A lot of times these things work much better when they warm up. Wow. Really acidic and dry, and when it comes in, the entire mouth lights up. intradental, extradental, soft palate, tongue, sublingual. This bad girl gets everything going on. She's fast, sour and sweet, so it's sweet and sour. That's a super popular combination. I want to say cherries. I do believe we are pulling some cherries. They said apricot too, but I'm not really feeling the apricot. Although, to be perfectly honest, I am not a huge apricot fan. I'm not getting the woody oak taste. Like, I could never understand why people drank Chardonnay. Chardonnay is horrible. It tastes like the barrel. If I wanted to drink the barrel, I'd just drink the friggin' barrel. So I'm not pulling that. Whew. I like sours. Do not get me wrong. Sours are some of my favorite beers on the planet. This is not a summer beer, though. Oof. I'm glad we're shooting inside. It's still freaking hot out. It was still 108 at 6:30 when I came in from playing with the dogs. Playing with the dogs when it's over 100 means I throw the ball, and then they take it and they lay down. And then they go to do something, and they're back like, ooh, we need to play more. Well, let's stop laying on the fucking floor, dog. I don't know what kind of wine barrels they put these in, but judging by how dry this is, I'm guessing it probably wasn't reds. I could be wrong. It just doesn't tell us. Wowzers. She's warmed up. She's been in my hand. The flavor is shifted. It's not a soft beer. This is a very, very hard, brutal beer. That initial hit lights you up. So, what did Mike Tyson say? Everybody's got a game plan until they get punched in the face. This like punch in the face right off the bat. Now, that's not a bad thing. With this particular beer, it's tasty. So the punch in the face isn't that bad. It's interesting though. So as it warms up and the flavor opens, it gets harsher. That was the point I was going to with this. Yeah, remember, she's running 8 and change, pushing 9. So it's not like just oh, well, that's all well and good. The beer will light you up. And she's sour. Yes, I like it. Oof. But she's this is a gotta be in the mood type of beer. She's really complex and she's really harsh and acidic and upfront, and it's like an assault beer. If it was black and it came with a folding shoulder stock and a foregrip, this would be an assault beer. But, scusi. It's not an unpleasant beer. She's just, Well, I wouldn't give this to someone who drinks Bud Light all the time. They would have no idea what the fuck's going on. So, did they say connoisseur at the front? You gotta really like beers to drink this. It's not bad. It's good. It's interesting. I would give this beer 4. Not great. She's not bad. This is like when somebody gives you something new to try and they're like, here, try this new dessert. And you're like, and then you try it and you're like, wow, that's really good. Or here, try this piece of cheese you've never heard of. And you're like, okay. And then it turns out it's really good. It's really good. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not for a casual drinker. Like, we do luponic distortion all the time, and I love luponic distortion, and I haven't seen it out. And a lot of times I don't like the beer itself, but I like the fact that they work on the experimental end and they're putting new things in there and they're crafting and trying. That would be this. So, super interesting. Will I buy this beer again? I'm going to see if I can find number 10, that's for sure. Would I drink this on tap? Sadly, it's not on tap as far as I can tell. Oh, no, it is, but I am never going to be in Kansas City, Missouri anytime soon, so sadly, I'm not going to get the chance, although, you know me, I would probably say, oh, yeah, you know what? Let me try one of those, but then again, I'm a sot who will try to drink my way through your entire menu if I like your beer, so. So would I buy it again? 10. Would I order it on tap? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would. If you handed me this out of the cooler at pushing 9%, okay, well, that would be your mistake, but I'm definitely going to need a glass, and I'm not going to turn it down. So yeah, find somebody to split this with. Give her a 4. She's drinkable. She's tasty. She's really, really interesting. If you want to, when I started this, I drank the beer that I liked. Then I had to expand out into other beers. And 5, 6, 7 years later, I have expanded into more beers than I can count. I even drink IPAs now, and I never liked IPAs because all I ever got stuck drinking was horrible, piney IPAs. I still don't like piney IPAs. But the juicies and the hazies, some of them can be really well done. Well crafted is the thing. This is a well crafted brew. It's an interesting and complex brew. So if you want to start exploring your palate, you want to open it up, you want to look at something new, don't know if this is the one to do it with, but you could do worse. Thanks for coming by and putting some eyeballs on here. You are my people, folks. I love you. I always want you to be the big 3, happy, healthy, and safe. I want you to be the next 3, honorable, dutiful, and vigilant. And of course, as always, the last 3. See, 3, 3, 3. Just like Tesla says, head on a swivel, low and slow under the radar. Hot and handy is your friend these days. It's only going to become more your friend as these days go in that direction. But thanks for coming by. I have no idea what we're going to do for 48. We'll figure something out. That's not true. I have in the refrigerator couple of selections, so I will figure out what it is, slap it up in the thumb, and then if you're interested and you can find it, like you're not finding this, which is why it wasn't in the thumb, we will drink that. Till next week, my friends, although actually till tomorrow, because we're drinking Germans this week. We're pre-gaming for the Oktoberfest, so I don't know what kind of German we're drinking tomorrow, but we're drinking Germans. Such a pushover. Salute, my friends. Adios. Remember, adios means I commend you to God.